Daniel, you've got so many fans around the world. We thought for this interview with you, we'd actually ask them to ask you the questions, and we've got over 400 of them. But obviously, we'll choose a few of the key ones. So I'll dive straight in if I can. The first one is: you seem to enjoy the race in Mexico, and the question is, why are you so fast when you have a penalty to overcome?
I like my back against the wall.
It does seem that way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's something with that. But yeah, I think even before the penalty, I felt like the speed, I felt the soft tire was definitely the right tire for me. And so I was already kind of, let's say, running on a bit of a high. And I think probably then the penalty just fueled me with a bit more anger.
Yeah. And are you expecting Brazil, Interlagos, to suit the McLaren?
Look, unfortunately, even though we're at the end of the season, I still don't know what track is going to suit us and what isn't. It's so unpredictable. So I hope so, but I would be guessing.
We don't have back.
Yeah. I've got one question here that says, greetings from Montana. What's your favorite state in the USA?
Oh, well, I went to Whitefish, Montana, a few months ago, and I absolutely loved it. So I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. I mean, I know California the best. I know that very well, and I love it. I love Texas. Put it this way, I haven't yet had a bad state experience. So let's say only positive things so far.
Well managed. You could become a politician.
It's tough. Like, again, I'd probably say California just because that's where I've spent the most time, but I really enjoy it all.
Keeping on with the traveling theme, if you had to learn a language from somebody on the grid, which would you choose?
Probably Yuki. I think just because it would be most impressive to like speak Japanese. I think that would be like no one would expect it. So that'd be a nice little party trick.
Yeah, you might learn some interesting words in Japanese from him as well.
Exactly.
Why did you choose the number 3?
So a couple reasons. It was my first ever race number. So my very first go-kart race, I was number 3. It was just the number that was assigned to me. But yeah, I was a massive Owen Hart fan, so that was another reason why I loved it. And then yeah, when we could pick our numbers in F1, I mean 3 was close to me, but it was also then like a bit of a tip of the hat to earn Hart and my admiration.
For those that haven't followed NASCAR, don't know who we're talking about, what is it about Dale Earnhardt that you admire?
His nickname was the Intimidator, so that's like one of the coolest nicknames you can be given, especially in the world of motor racing. You know, to be the Intimidator is quite a powerful place to be. So yeah, that's probably all I need to say.
One of your fans said, Daniel, you claim to be a big Ricky Bobby fan, so let's test your memory of lines from the movie. If I say to you, Daniel Ricciardo, big winner of the day, heck of a win for you, it seems as if you either win or crash the car trying to win.
What am I meant to say? Sorry.
I don't know. It involves pissing excellence, but
oh yeah. Well, look, I just wake up I wake up in the morning and just piss excellence, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, exactly. Okay. About design now, what inspires your abstract and organic helmet designs, especially compared to everybody else on the grid who have more geometric ones?
Yeah, it was really, you know, I spent a lot of my career as a Red Bull driver, and they kind of, let's say, own a lot of the helmet. So I felt like you could only get so creative. So then when I, in 2019, when I went to Renault, I was thinking, all right, it's time to do something cool, you know, and have each helmet as a bit of a piece and a bit of a statement, I guess. And that was when, let's say, I employed an artist, Nico, who, yeah, has like, I mean, all art's creative, but it's kind of like a visual play on words kind of art. And I just let him run with it. And I was like, mate, just do something that the F1 grid hasn't seen before. So it was fun. And every helmet I've done each year is, I'd say, relatively different. Ornamental conifer is his, let's say, artist name.
Ornamental conifer. Great, thank you. Karen Lovat is asking, in honor of Australian drivers mentoring other Australian drivers, can you please teach Oscar about colors, because all of his merch is depressingly black?
Well, I can't give away all my secrets, because then I'm no longer the cool kid on the block or unique. So I'm look, on the merch side, like, it's cool that other drivers are doing it and stuff, but yeah, I'd say invested a lot of time into it, and it's become a real, not only hobby but a business. And yeah, so I appreciate the compliments, and I'll continue to do it on the grid or not on the grid. I'll continue to do it.
That's great. Another thing that you did before, two people have asked about this. When are you going to bring back the 3x3 playlists? They've been missed quite terribly this year.
Yeah, I've really been wanting to get those going again. We've just been a little bit delayed getting the right artwork for it. So we've been a little slack, to be honest, but it's something I definitely want to bring back. And I feel like I might have a draft. I don't know if they'll ever see this video, but I feel like I've got a draft somewhere. Yeah, here we go.
All right.
So that's so we're working on something like that.
Oh, very nice.
So that's proof that we are putting it all together. So hopefully in the next, hopefully the next week, I can drop some more 3x3s and get it going again.
Excellent. World exclusive for us. Thank you. Somebody here says, Daniel, we love the extremely witty, confident and positive vibe that you radiate. For someone who struggles with expressing themselves, do you have any advice?
I think so. When I first, let's say, got into the sport, or even got in front of the camera, I was definitely shy. I wasn't this beaming, confident kid from day one. But I think, once I just acknowledged that to myself, okay, let's just have fun with it, enjoy it and whatever. Then I started to become more relaxed and was then able to express myself a little more. So kind of took the pressure off it by allowing myself to have fun with it. And then I feel like a better version of myself came out. So yeah, I would say the fun alleviates some of the pressure.
And similarly, somebody from Perth actually was saying, what's your advice to somebody who wants to get into Formula One, who's starting out in karting?
I think advice. I mean, for now, at a young age, it's simply just enjoy it. Just make sure you're, if you're 8, 9, 10 years old, it simply has to be because you enjoy doing it and it's fun. You shouldn't be looking for a manager or doing anything crazy at that young age. It's just simply, it has to give you more enjoyment than anything else. And then, if you get into your later teens and it's still something you're truly passionate about, and, if it requires moving away from home, going to Europe, for example, then I think my biggest advice is just follow the course, stay disciplined. Just because you might be 18 years old living away from home doesn't mean that you can create mischief and play up. You can have fun a few years down the track when maybe you're on the grid and you've made it. But until then, don't get sidetracked and just stay true to the course.
Nice one. About cars, is there a car that you're dreaming of owning one day? Road car, I'm talking about.
I mean, look, obviously the team will like me for saying this, but it is a truthful answer as well. Like the McLaren F1, that is, and I'm talking about the F1, the road car. That's one of the most iconic supercars of all time. With the seat in the middle, and it's so beautiful. So that was really one of its kind in that generation. So I think they're like a $20 million car now or something. So it's certainly serious. But as like a dream car, it's one of the most beautiful. So will I ever buy one? Probably not. But it's something a car I admire.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're kind of running out of time, but just two more questions, and they're a bit unusual. What's the biggest animal you think you could duct tape to a lamppost without any help?
That is the most weird question I've ever been asked, but I love that. A pony.
Without any help?
Yeah.
You got a plan?
No. How could you plan for a question like that?
No, exactly. Okay, final question. What's your objective? Thanks, by the way, thanks very much. This has been fantastic. And we got through many of the 400 questions. What's your objective in these last two races?
I mean, I feel like I'm saying the same things, but definitely to have fun, enjoy it. But yeah, to really like to feel every part of the weekend, you know, like to feel like the emotions, the pressure, all of it. So just, yeah, take it as serious as I ever would, but at the same time, have fun with it. And like Mexico, I really enjoyed the Sunday. I had fun with that race. I was falling around a bit and just having a laugh, and that's kind of what I want. You know, that's my happy place where I'm serious, but I'm able to find that level of humor as well within myself.
Terrific. You're a legend and a star. Thanks very much for your time.